All right. Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And I want to go into a brief lesson. It should be quick. I was reading the book of Philippians earlier this morning. And in the first chapter, and there's a few verses that caught my attention, and I want to go ahead and speak on real briefly. And it's to the point to where, in this Israelite truth that, we all either seen it on video or actually you caught brothers or elders on the highways and hedges, but mainly the YouTube era of doing things and preaching, and it's also in the same era that the social media era, which, back when I was in junior high, I believe, MySpace started popping. MySpace came out and everybody was getting a MySpace page, and that era, and now it's different so-called social media platforms that came out. But you notice that everybody have a channel, everybody have a page, everybody have a platform to push their beliefs, show their life, do whatever. Now, the reason I brought up social media and how, that became a big thing, and to where you seen one person had an account, I'm about to make an account. Oh, this Facebook, I'm about to make a Facebook account. Oh, this Twitter, I'm about to make a Twitter account. So send out all that to say, in this social media era, the Lord had the truth go forth on the internet as well. And so you seen videos, of men teaching, Edomites getting cut, Christians getting cut. So you have a lot of Israelites who've seen that and they wanted to do it too. Just like the social media. Oh, he got a Facebook. I'm going to make me an account. Oh, YouTube will make an account. Right? So they seen that and learned a couple precepts, and they went out there and did it too. They want to start pushing too. But they really didn't come into this thing in sincerity. Right? And that's what you've seen a lot of men getting exposed, like Alazar, you got the nigga Darashim, Banrouge, and many other. I just seen right before I started this video. Now you got Deacon Hakah and Hassad, formerly of Sakari, now in Genesis camp. They talking about that the 2/3 gonna get beamed up. The 2/3 gonna get beamed up out of America and then dropped off in the lake of fire, as he said, that's over there in Basra. So now the 2/3 will get beamed up, just get dropped off in another location and get burned. The point is that you have a lot of people, they are pushing this Israelite movement, but it's not in sincerity, and that's what I want to talk about. And Paul put that, but it's good because although they not sincere, although they may just be doing it to get money, although they may just be doing it to respond, right, to other camps or just show, look, I'm still doing the work. Although it ain't sincere, it's beautiful because you have the sincere prophets on the scene pushing out Yahweh Shai, putting the fear of the Lord out there and teaching it and edifying about prophecy. But you also have these false prophets who doing it for the wrong reason. But the benefit in it is the truth is still going out. The truth is still going out either way. You see, either way, man. Matter of fact, let me get this what I'm thinking of. Nothing against the truth, but for the truth. Let me get this real quick. This just came to mind. It's beautiful how the Lord set it up, but let me get this real quick. This 2 Corinthians 13:8. It says, 2 Corinthians 13:8, it says, for we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. And that's what a lot of people, they may know they're Israelite, but they don't get that just because the Lord called you as an Israelite, he can use you on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. Just because you call yourself a teacher don't mean it's the actual gospel that's been sent down from the heavens. You see? And then you have a lot of people who get mad at the apostles and Great Millstone because we constantly correct people and do videos and this and that, right? You even have a lot of men who formulas kicked out of Great Millstone, you know, and the reason they probably still doing the work is because they know brothers looking, you know. But the thing is that at the end of the day, the word's still going forth. 2 Corinthians 13:8, it says, for we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. Let me go ahead and read this in Philippians. I'm reading the NLT. This Philippians chapter 1. And I start at 9 in the NLT. It says, I pray that your love will overflow more and more and that you will keep on growing in knowledge and understanding. For I want you to understand what really matters so that you may live pure and blameless lives until the day of Mashiach's return. And that's really what it is. The Lord have blessed us with this truth. You know, we come into this thing and start serving the Lord. And now the objective is to try to stay blameless and continue doing the work until the day Yahweh shall come. You're right. Like the scriptures say that the ministry be not blamed. Now that we're here, try to stay out the way and continue doing the work until the day that Yahweh shall show up. And it says, and may you always be filled with the fruit of your salvation, the righteous character, Salakia, and may you always be filled with the fruit of your salvation, the righteous character produced in your life by Yahweh Shah Mashiach. So see, as we come in, we're supposed to grow, get better now that Yahweh Shah is in us now. And it says, for this will bring much glory and praise to Mashiach. Right. And I'm gonna read down. It says, and I want you to know, my dear brothers and sisters, that everything that has happened to me here has helped to spread the good news. And that's what a lot of people don't get, because Paul was saying that he was in jail, but though he was in jail locked up for the gospel, that was bringing in even more believers. And because he was locked up, that gave confidence and more boldness to the other brothers who was teaching with him to go out there and push the word, right? Because what he was going through. Let me read this again. It says that everything that has happened to me here has helped to spread the good news. For example, when Vocab Malone, right? Vocab Malone tried to put the Israelites on his page and make us look bad. Guess what? You help and spread the news, the truth, you know? When you have even Esau try to put the Israelite stuff all on the news, you got these content creators trying to make money now off the Israelite movement and want to do debates to make us look bad. Guess what? You helping spread the good news. You got these podcasters like what is his name? The dude from the No Fugazi podcast. I forget his name. Anyway. But you have people as if they know the Bible now to try to debate the Israelites. But see, they doing is not sincere. As Apostle Paul going to say, you have people pushing Yahweh Shai, not even Yahweh Shai, but Jesus or Yahweh Shai, try to break down scriptures in this day and age to combat the Israelites. But the thing is, it's not sincere. It's going to be shown. But at the end of the day, y'all still pushing our truth, our heritage, man. Let's get it. It says, for everyone here, including the whole palace guard, knows that I am in chains because of Mashiach. And because of my imprisonment, most of the believers here have gained confidence and boldly speak the Most High message without fear. It says, this is the point. It says, it's true that some are preaching out of jealousy and rivalry. And that's a thing in Israel too, right? You have certain camps, they may just be doing the MOTB videos because they know Great Millstone, the apostles calling them out. You ain't like, every once in a while, the apostles will talk about Bishop Nate, and then Bishop Nate will indirectly address it or go into it on his live show. Right? But the only reason he may be responding because the apostles called them out. See, it's not sincere. It says it's true that some are preaching out of jealousy and rivalry. You had camps, dudes like who fell out of Great Millstone, like Israelites Tried and Refined, ITR. The only reason they kept doing the work is to show Great Millstone, see, we still doing the work. I'm still doing the work. But after that, every video, it was just about Great Millstone and they niggas and they wicked and they all just like the dudes in Mississippi. The same thing. Once men got separated from the ministry, now their ministry it was no more prophesying. It was no more about Esau eating the devil. It was Great Millstone this or the camps this. And, like Alazar doing now, right? He talk about that we cosplaying as the ancient Israelites and we don't really know what we talking about, so on and so forth. So yeah, a lot of people, they in this truth and they do it, one, just to be seen or to combat somebody else who's sincerely doing it. Philippians 1:15 in the NLT says, it's true that some are preaching out of jealousy and rivalry just to keep up with another person. It says, but others preach about Mashiach with pure motives. And you have those, who truly push Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, like the apostles, the elders, the bishops, brothers of Great Millstone, brothers in other camps who may push the same doctrine. Even you a brother by yourself, but you pushing the same doctrine. That's what it is. Pure motives. If you wake up, bro, like today, I got some stuff. I wanna get in the pool in the back real quick, chill, pop a couple open, vibe out with my fam, right? But before I chill and do what I want to do, I gotta get reading in, just to make me feel better, just to make my day go by, because it's on us to serve the Lord, man, and we serious about this, with true pure intentions. What I'm gonna do a lesson on. Even my wife, she come in like, you want to eat, and I'm getting mad at her because I'm trying to find a lesson to do, right? But pure motives. It says, but others preach Mashiach with pure motives. Think about our apostles, man. All them videos they do a day, you can't, nobody about to fake that. You can't fake being on fire. You see? And a lot of people out here, you're going to see they was never really on fire. Like, again, Alazar, another one. He been faking being on fire, but now you see it was never pure motives. Even when he got kicked out of Great Millstone, all he wanted to do is cuss out the apostles after that. It wasn't pure motives. It says they preach because, I read that it says, for they know I have been appointed to defend the good news. It says those others do not have pure motives as they preach about Mashiach, right? It may be for money, maybe to be seen, right? It says those others do not have pure motives as they preach about Mashiach. They preach with selfish ambition. You see that? It says they preach with selfish ambition, not sincerely intending to make my chains more painful to me, man. And you have men out there who not really prophets and they start to teach and all that. Now you have the real prophets who got to go back and clean up their work and actually edify on it, And like Apostle Paul saying right here, yeah, they making my life hard, right? They coming up against me. Now I got to defend the gospel. Got to worry about these niggas. Yeah. And you'll hear our elders at time, when we, doing a lesson or correcting, maybe a camp doctrine or whatever, or, a bug out doing something. You'll hear the elder say, I really want to go do it, but, we got to go ahead and edify. Right. It's not a burden, but according to our job as sincere prophets, when we hear things, we can't just let it go. It says they preach with selfish ambition, not sincerely intending to make my chains painful to me. But that doesn't matter. Check this out. But that doesn't matter. Whether their motives are false or genuine, the message about Mashiach is being preached either way. So I rejoice and will continue to rejoice, man. So going back to what we started with, you can't do nothing against the truth before the truth. Even if you have men here with not sincere motives, it's going to be found out, because it may be some people amongst their group that's the elect. And that's why they, for a certain time, the Lord had them actually learning and getting edified until that said teacher get exposed. And then the Lord, a guide, whatever person of the elect to the true teachers, man, to that true message. So at the end of the day, you can't do nothing against the truth before the truth. But you have people out here who preaching, but they don't have sincere motives. Although it looked like it for a time, for a season, where he got on fringes, he wears zits. He said, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. you eventually see a lot of people don't have sincere intentions, man, to serve the Lord. Some people just doing it to meet a quota. You know, some people just doing it just to feel like they still in it. Who knows? But it's eventually going to be shown, man. Matter of fact, I ended off with this. This is Sirach chapter 1. This is Sirach chapter 1. And I'm going to start at 29. Sirach 1 and 29. It says, be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so the Most High will discover thy secrets and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation. Why? Because thou came not in the truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. The point is, it'll be found out if a man's sincere about it or not. If a man really doing this because he fear the Lord, he want to be saved, right? He want to take part in, you know, this age right now and being those who pushed out the word to gather Yahushua sheep, it's going to be found who's sincere and who not. Or you have some people like Alazar. He been found out even more that he never really cared. He was cosplaying the whole time. You see? But I'm going to end it right there. You know, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And Lord willing, you know, the Rachak Wadash stay on us, that we continue to stay on fire and do this work, man, until the day that Yahushua come. You know, but with that, I'm going to end it. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rachak Wadash, and with that, Shalom.